BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey, I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags, and this week I am doing Monster on the Campus. Ah! Run from the monster. 1958. An hour and 16 minutes. Then again, it's, this is Tubi. You just barely, tell, right? It's Tubi. So it's a tad bit longer. Starring Arthur Franz, Joanna Moore, and Judson Pratt. I looked up on IMDb, and everyone that was in this movie that was a main character, this is basically one of the top 3 movies that they're known for. There was an actor in this, I forget who the name was, but he was like one of the cops and the sheriffs or whatever. It's like 2 or 3 sheriffs, he was one of them. He was a professor in a Creature from the Black Lagoon, so that was pretty cool. But everyone else was like in that movie and this movie and, whatever. There was one actor that was in, he might be on that top 3 list right there. He was in, like, The Godfather 2. I never personally watched it, but, yeah, he was a young kid in this movie, or younger, right, in this movie. He's in a lot of later movies. He's in Crybaby with Johnny Depp, I think. Yeah. But, other than that, it's like, right? No offense. No names. Anyway. But it's directed by Jack Arnold. He's classic. He did Tarantula. He did Creature from the Black Lagoon. So that's pretty cool. That makes this movie, at least to a degree, make a little more sense. Because here's what the movie's about. When a professor acquires the blood of a primitive fish, he transforms into a savage, prehistoric creature ready to attack anyone in his path. It's a little more detailed, of course, in the movie. That being, it's not the blood he gets the whole fish. And accidentally cuts his hand with, like, it's not alive, it's dead. But it cuts a tooth or whatever. The tooth, one of the teeth, you get it? Cuts his hand. He has his hand in the mouth for some reason. But, yeah, and then he dipped the hand in, like, this water that it was in. And so it's like, he's going to turn into a monster, but no one else believes him, and everyone thinks he's crazy because he saw these things, and it's like, no way, let me see. It's gone. Oh, you're just a crazy guy. For example, you see right there, dragonfly. That's a dragonfly right there. On top of that, that's the fish it's on top of. You can barely see it. I can tell right now, you can barely see it. But it's like that, it was just a normal dragonfly, and then it wanted to make a meal out of the fish, came back a little later, wanted more, and it was 2-3 feet long. It was crazy. But a little later on, it went back to the normal size, so no one believes him. He's just the crazy old professor that, I liked this movie. And I'm going to spoil a scene in this movie near the end of the movie, and that's near the end, because this is a late 50s movie, and I just whenever I think 50s, I think, to a degree, it's cheesy, but, like, it doesn't have something that's like a whoa kind of thing. Not for the most part. I mean, it kind of, with the effects and stuff, but something that happens that a character does. I was like, whoa, what I saw, and my brother, he came in and watched the last half of the movie, and so when that scene came up, we were both like, whoa, dude, that bing. I'm gonna spoil. If you should go watch it. It's a really good movie. About to spoil, though, so might ruin the movie for you, because I'm always really bad at putting it out, even though I'm gonna tell you anyway. So, near the end of the movie, he's like, okay, this is the final straw. I'm gonna take pictures while I'm transformed, so that people will know that I'm this monster, because I don't know why. He wants the world to know, I guess. His fiancée is worried, and she's going up there, and where he's staying at is this cabin, and the nearest person is this park ranger, and so she's driving up, and when she's on her way, the monster's outside, on the road, and then she crashes and screams, and the park ranger comes and, tries to investigate. He doesn't have a gun on him at the moment, so when he first goes to the car, he sees the monster, and the monster, he has a hatchet, which, not that it came out of nowhere, he, just got it kind of thing, this hatchet, and it looked like he was about to throw it. But he didn't, and the park ranger ran away. Went to the building, called, "Hey, police, the monster's here! I'm gonna go back and go get him, but you guys gotta come too." Gets his pistol, and goes back out there looking for him. He hears the girl scream again, so he gets to where they are. And then, when he's in a good spot, he shoots the monster in the shoulder, and then the monster throws it and hits him right in the head. There's it wasn't crazy blood or anything, but I just did not expect that. I just didn't see that coming. I just did not see that coming. It just came out of nowhere, got him there, he fell over, died. And I think the worst part about it, not the worst, it's the saddest part about it. Saddest part about it is, at the end of the movie, the last shot, it's two police and a scientist, and they're basically standing over the monster / main character of the movie. He's dead. And just a couple feet behind them, you see the park ranger that the monster threw the hatchet at, and it's I don't think they even recognized that he was there. Oh yeah, screw that guy. Wow, it was tough. It's I thought it was funny, but tough for that guy. I just love those 50s movies because sometimes they're just really cheesy, but other times it's they're pretty solid, pretty good for the most part. I guess my only problem, but it's just the whole 50s thing, is it's always about evolution, right? Well, not always, but it's almost always about evolution. And I'm cool, it's a cool idea that this thing was 50 million years ago and blah blah blah. It's whatever, right? But I don't know, it's just the 50s propaganda. But anyway, it was a good movie. I liked it. You should go watch it. It's on Tubi, my favorite place. Yeah, I suppose that's about it. I'm Sam. I'm your Thursday guy for BodyBags. I did Monster on the Campus, and I'd rate it rather high. I guess a 7 out of 10, right? I think I'll stop with the ratings because they're kind of full of crap anyway. Because I'm oh, everything's a 7 or a 8 or a 9 or maybe a 10, but it's it's either that or it's 2 or 3 kind of thing, right? Or it's 1, and it's it might range, but it doesn't really make much sense when I say that this movie and this movie, this movie and that movie, and they're completely different. But I'm oh, they're both 7, and it's it just, right? Maybe I'll come back some other time with a better way of going about it. But until then, I'm just going to say I really liked the movie, or I really hated the movie, right? This movie, I really liked it. And, yeah. Next week should be pretty good. Or, yeah, next week should be pretty good. And, yeah, I'll see y'all then, hopefully. Goodbye.